Hello, Facebook Live. How are we doing today? We're here to talk to you about yoga teacher training. Because, we start... What round did we decide this was? 10?
I think this is the 9th.
The 9th.
Yeah, this is the 9th.
9th round of yoga teacher training that starts at the end of September. Yeah. So, we just wanted to give you a rundown of everything that's in it, see if you have any questions, and also just go over some frequently asked questions that we get every single year. I guess we should start off with who we are. So, my name is Trista Davis, and I'm the founder of Above Average Wellness. And this training was created because when I opened the studio, I opened it because I could never find a place where I felt comfortable practicing in my body. And then it was like, okay, but we need more of this. So let's train more humans to teach the way that we want to see people being taught yoga. So yeah, it's our 9th round of training, which seems crazy. And also somehow doesn't seem like not enough.
Yeah, and I'm Jillian Soder. I've been along this ride for almost a full time. I think I missed 1 year. So Tristan and I split the hours almost half and half amongst ourselves, and we bring in other people as well, but anatomy is my jam, so you guys get to do all of that stuff with me. And yeah, it's really about like variability and the different bodies, different abilities and all of that, instead of just templates that we see in textbooks and online. So,
yeah, we even have a problem, like we have to shoot like our own photo shoots because it's hard to find like real bodies practicing yoga as well.
Images,
so. And not that those aren't real bodies, I should say diverse bodies practicing yoga. So yeah, we have to do a lot of our own photo shoots too. So and so I do a lot of the philosophy part of the training. I also do some postures, and then we also bring in kind of the best in the city. We have somebody who comes in for kids yoga because like neither of us want to teach that.
Both have kids, but
no kids yoga. And then we have Nareen come in for philosophy, and he's been teaching philosophy for maybe longer than I've been alive. Who else do we have in?
Amanda for
trauma informed,
chair yoga.
Yeah, Chastity for yin. So we make sure you get a really well-rounded training, and like more than that, I know that we include way more in our 200-hour than you would see in the average training.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like it's very rare that you would find a training that is going to give you some basic chair yoga as well. So
absolutely. Yeah, you'll see us lots, but also we bring in other people so that it's not just our voices that you hear, so which I think is important.
Yeah, more voices, and then it helps you become the kind of teacher you want to be. Right. So looks like we have a comment already. Oh, just hello, lovely ladies. Hello. All right, so yeah, the training starts in September, and it's September to May, and a lot of people ask us questions about the schedule, so I just kind of like to start with that. So we try to aim for 1 weekend per month, and that is just Saturday, Sunday. So a lot of trainings you'll see out there will run Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they'll do 25 hours in 1 weekend. We just found that wasn't conducive to learning. And so we do 6 hours Saturday, 6 hours Sunday, and we find that that's where people are pretty much maxed out with their attention span and with learning. And then we do, so that can be in person or online. And then we do every Wednesday night in person, online on Zoom for 2 hours, and it flies by.
Last year was the first year that we did that, and I think it honestly really changed the program, like the training for everyone, like Tristan and I, as well as everyone else, because it was a kind of a touchstone
every single week.
It was so good that it really kind of made that community bond a lot stronger, I felt. So that was a nice way to do it. So we've kept that.
And then we had one person from Las Vegas do the training, and one person from Lethbridge, And so they did, you know, most of it online, and then they both came up for graduation, which was really nice. So you can do the entire training online, or you can do the weekends in person with us. Yeah. So it's 6 hours Saturday, 6 hours Sunday, 2 hours on Wednesdays. It's from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Wednesdays. But the best part about it all is it's all recorded. So if you miss anything or you want to revisit something, it's all there. We even let you download the recordings so you can revisit them at any time as well. So, yeah. So what do we all include in this training? We include asana, kids yoga,
chair, yin,
restorative, meditation,
yeah. A little bit of nidra.
Yeah. Some personal development
yeah,
stuff.
Lots.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't really like leave this training the same way you entered it. That's kind of one of the deals.
Yeah.
Is like, you definitely are a different person at the end of the 9 months.
Yeah. So there's a whole manual that you get at the beginning of the training. It's got it all laid out for you there.
Yeah.
And then as we go through the 9 months together, you get to experience it instead of just looking at it on a piece of paper. So,
yeah, we make sure that you're actually. It's like, how am I going to apply this in my yoga teaching life?
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too, is we actually get you teaching from weekend 1. So when I did my yoga teacher training, I don't think I started teaching anything until about 75%. The training was like 70. We had already booked our practicums and I hadn't taught a single thing. And so we also it's really important to us that people can teach when they leave our training. So we start having you teach weekend 1, which might sound a little bit intimidating, but ripping that Band-Aid off is like the best thing you can do, and then you can just get more and more comfortable with the whole process. Yeah.
Everybody's in the uncomfortable aspect of it together, so.
And we're not like asking you to teach a whole class. It's
No.
a little tiny bit, but.
And like one-on-one we start with, and then we build you up. So, but it's definitely a confidence building thing, so that when you get out of the program, it doesn't feel impossible. Yeah. So like tonight, we've got new graduates teaching tonight in the studio. So yeah, it's exciting. They get to like hit the ground running, knowing what they're doing.
Totally.
So.
Yeah, and we have new graduates teaching every Thursday for the rest of the summer at 6:15. So if you want to come talk to any of them, you're more than welcome to.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Come and take their class for free. And then, yeah. So let's go through the questions we normally get, and then we'll see. You can ask questions at any time, and we'll come back to the comments, so just let us know. The first thing I get asked all the time, or actually people say to me, I can't do yoga because I'm not flexible. And then even more with the training, people are like, well, like, what if I can't do some of the poses? Perfect. That's actually what we want, because we're like, well, how can you do this pose in your body? Whether it's flexibility or injury or body variation that is creating the problem, let's say. It's like, how do we make the pose work for you rather than like trying to fit you into this arbitrary pose, right?
Yeah. And on top of that, regarding advanced asana, which is something that we kind of see online, right? Is these big whatever postures. Those are not really true yoga postures in our opinions. The yoga is the process to anything. And so, handstands, arm balances, all of that stuff. Yeah, they can be fun to have in your own personal practice, but it's not what we teach in the 200-hour training by any means. So if that is something that you feel is really kind of holding you back, set it aside, because it's not even going to be part of the training. Yeah. So we'll have conversations around it, but that's more just kind of discussing the reasons why we see it and why we don't do it. So,
100%. Yeah, handstand day in my training, I literally sat out.
Yeah, right?
So I was like, I'm not doing this. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
handstand day. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we did handstand, headstand.
Right?
All in the 1 2-hour day.
Yep. Remember it well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I think the advanced at yoga too, a lot of people, so people are like, well, do I have a strong enough yoga practice to take the training? And we've had people come into training who have literally just done a couple of classes. And then we've had people come into training who've been practicing for 30 years. So it doesn't matter. What matters is that you start practicing during the training, because practicing is what is going to make you a better teacher.
Absolutely. Am I too old, too out of shape, or in the wrong kind of body?
For yoga teacher training. What is the right kind of body?
That's a good question. Valid question.
Valid question. So no, you're not too old. You're not too out of shape. You're not in the wrong kind of body. We've had 16 to, I think, 68 in the yoga training. 68.
I was going to say 72.
It might be, older than that. Yeah. Anyways, 68, 72.
Something like that.
You can't be too old.
No. If you're in a body, then you're totally welcome. Right. Okay, what if you have an injury, chronic pain, or limited mobility?
Perfect. We want you in class because we get to learn from you. Yeah.
That's one of the things that I really actually truly love about teaching, especially the anatomy side of things with the groups that come here, is that we're all walking in with a life story in our bodies, and we have a space here that can honor that. And that's where I get really excited, is being like, oh, let's come and check this out, right? And we can learn from one another. And so, the more people that we have in the room, the more we will all learn through that process. So,
do you have to want to teach yoga? No. But what I will say is the people who are coming into training and are like, I'm never going to teach, I'm just here for myself. I'm like, perfect. Most of them end up teaching.
I would say they end up teaching more often than the ones who plan to teach, which is always an interesting kind of shift in the whole thing. Yeah.
But no, you never have to teach yoga. There is a practicum class that we do for your certification. But if you never want to teach, you don't have to. A lot of people, this is like just a really big personal development journey. We welcome that for sure.
What if I want to teach, but I'm terrified of speaking in front of other people?
I'll let you take that.
Yeah. So I share this with the groups every year. I hate being in front of the room. I truly hate being in front of the room. And I've been teaching yoga for over a dozen years now. But I love teaching more than I hate being in front of the room. And so for me, it's definitely been something that I've had to learn to do. And I've learned tools that support me. So I never teach without a high-collared shirt. I'm currently wearing a high-collared shirt because I always get a blood pressure rash because I stress out. But that's one of the things that we get to kind of play with and learn about ourselves as we go through the process. So if you don't like being in front of people, you're on my side of the group. Absolutely.
Yeah, and you're definitely going to be in good company. There's not a lot of people who are like really excited about it.
Yeah.
So you'll be in good company.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the difference between attending in person and online attending?
I would say what the difference is that you need to know what type of learner you are, right? And that you're setting aside time for this learning, that it's not like you're putting headphones on and doing the dishes or cutting the grass or whatever it is that you're doing, that you're present, that you're there. We encourage cameras on. It just makes for a better environment. So, that's really the only difference. We have most of all of the technology stuff figured out now. We have a fancy camera and we have mics and all the things. So as long as you are good with learning completely online, you'll be fine.
Yeah. The one thing that I will say is that Tristan and I have decided that this year we're going to require a percentage of attendance, live attendance, because we have in the past had people just attending the recordings, and it's tough. It is.
It's tough for us to know how you're doing,
and it kind of disrupts the community feeling of the training as well. So people are like, how is that person doing? And we're like, well, not really sure. We haven't seen them in a while, right? So This year we've decided to put in a percentage. Have we chosen a percentage on that? We should probably know that percentage.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. But like if you're, you know, people are like, well, can I come if I have this vacation planned?
Right.
Can I come? Yes, 100%.
Absolutely. Life happens, and you know, like we both have had things that have pulled us away from the training at different times, and you know, life happens, and that's the wonderful thing about the recordings is that facilitates that, right? But if you're planning on only attending the recordings, then this is probably not the right training for you.
Yeah.
So okay, what if I do not know much about anatomy, philosophy, or Sanskrit?
Well, first of all, you never have to know any Sanskrit.
I was going to say, when was the last time you taught in Sanskrit?
Yeah.
I graduated from a training, I'm not sure if it was the same for you, but where we had to know the Sanskrit names.
Yeah, it was.
And so, you know, I will default to the Sanskrit names because that's what I was trained in, but that is not how we teach. When we are teaching the teacher training, like we don't use the Sanskrit names. We'll kind of play with them and see who can get closest to the most correct pronunciation. But yeah, Sanskrit's not going to be an issue for you. So.
Yeah. And then philosophy is learning. Like you don't have to know anything about it. Like, I mean, that's one of my favorite parts of training is like talking about all the nuances and is it this or is it that. We actually had an interesting discussion in Circle on Tuesday about like, is a poppy seed still a poppy? and like, we had all these different answers, and I was like, well, it doesn't matter. Like, there's no right answer. And then somebody was like, well, if it's in a poppy seed muffin, is it still a poppy? We were just like all laughing about it, right? Because this is the joy of philosophy is like you get to have these discussions, and so you don't need to know anything about it. Like we're there to discuss and learn.
Yeah, I think
together.
People shy away from the term philosophy because it has always kind of had this like weight behind it.
Yeah.
But it really can be approached in a fun kind of laid back way. Too.
Yeah.
So yeah. And knowing much about anatomy, cool. I will teach you all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I love anatomy. I get really nerdy about it. It gets to the point where it's embarrassing, but I promise I will make it fun. It will not just be looking at images. We will be looking at what this actually means in movement and in the body. So yeah.
How much time will I need outside scheduled training sessions? I would plan for about an hour a week. You don't have a ton of homework to do, but like we do want you engaging in your personal practice outside of the training, for sure. And then there is a few homework assignments like writing a meditation script and a business plan, things like that. But like, I mean, we're together for 9 months. If you have to do an hour a week, I'd be surprised. Yeah. What if I cannot afford the full tuition at once? So I actually heard the other day that we are, I think, one of the only teacher trainings that offers payment plans. So I think the payment plan right now is like, it's less than $250 a month. Because again, we're together for 9 months and the training hasn't started yet. So you can do a payment plan. There's no extra charges for the payment plan. It's just the tuition split over, I guess we could do 12 months right now. So yeah.
And what will I actually be able to do after completing the training?
You'll be able to teach yoga, and you could lead meditation, teach kids yoga. Yeah. You might want to specialize in some, like, I don't know, we do 3 hours of kids yoga, but you could definitely teach a kids yoga class after taking that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've had school teachers take the training and take it back to the classrooms and apply it that way. And
well, that's the other thing we should mention is that a lot of people's health spending accounts cover the training. So we had a teacher one year get it covered as her personal development for the year. Yeah. And yeah, if you have a health spending account, typically we can get it covered through that as well.
100%. Yeah. So, lots of ways into it.
Totally. Yeah. So I don't know if there's any questions out there. We do have a few people watching. I know there's some people who are already joined that are watching, but early bird is on until August 15th, and then the price does go up. So if you have any questions that didn't get answered today, or if anything comes up, feel free to email us or message the page, and we will definitely make sure all those questions get answered for you. If you want, we can send you the full everything that we'll be learning, like the curriculum. It's also available on our website under the trainings tab and through the Moments app if you have the Moments app.
Yeah. I'm excited about the crew that's already registered.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a really lovely group this year. So, not that the other years haven't been lovely, but but it's always interesting to see what personalities are kind of showing up. And so yeah, I'm like excited about the crew that's coming. And
Amanda's saying you will not regret it.
You're right, Amanda. They won't. Yeah, and it's a fun personal development process, I think, personally.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that I could redo mine. Maybe I should redo mine one year. I'll just be the student in the room instead of at the front of the room.
Yeah. Just pretend.
But, you know, like, if you haven't taken that's actually probably something that we should talk about is if you haven't taken a course as an adult in a long time, it can feel really intimidating. But for the most part, that's everyone in the room. Most people haven't taken a course that their job hasn't required them to take, right? In, like, let's say 20 years even. So it can be a bit of a learning curve just to figure out what your learning style is now in your life, because we do change, right? Our brains change, our bodies change, all of it changes. So what worked for you in high school or university might not work for you now, and that's cool. We'll work with you on that and help support you with that. I think there might be a comment.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you haven't taken a course in a long time, jump in, because if you're curious, then you probably should be in the room.
Well, and what I'll say about that, so what I always say to people is, like, we have this opportunity as adults that I don't think we realize, because the first part of our lives, we are raised by other people, right?
What to do.
We're raised by our community, by our parents, by everybody who's around us. And as an adult, we actually get to say, how do I actually want to be? And, like, we have this opportunity to raise ourselves again. And a huge part of that is, like, what you're putting in. And so, like, to do something like this, like, it's a huge, like, who do I want to be in this next phase of my life? Like, you will get that from yoga teacher training for sure. Looking very forward to this year. Any books or anything that might be beneficial to get into the mindset for it? That's a great question. I recommend the Wisdom of Yoga by Stephen Cope, because it's kind of well, some people say it's an easier. I like it. It's like all these, like, little stories, and it's now on Audible, and it wasn't until like 2 years ago, and everybody's always mad at me. So it's like, read it, and then they're like, I have to actually read it. I don't know if you have anything.
No, for anatomy, we used to have an anatomy book that we recommended, but here's the crazy thing is that there's so much new anatomy, and I know that sounds crazy, because we've been living in this body for thousands of years, right? But we're learning a ton about the human body and tissues right now, and so what was kind of recommended 5 years ago for reading and learning is outdated. So that's what I always try to do, is to bring what's most what's most up to date into the room, so that you guys can learn the current science behind what we're doing. Because even, like, fascia understanding has completely shifted in the last 15 years. So it's changing constantly. Anatomy, who knew?
Yeah, sometimes you think that's all you're gonna know.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and, like, I mean, we have an entire book list.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would start with Wisdom of Yoga, and then if you have any other questions, just let me know, and I can give you books from the book list. Wheels of Life can be good if you're interested in the chakras. Radical Acceptance from Tara Brach is a really great read. Anything by Brene Brown.
Yeah, a lot of the, like, personal development ones are going to be applicable to what we're going to be discussing throughout the year. So,
All right. Well, if that's everything, we actually have to get ready for our practicum class, or well, I guess our new graduate class
There you go.
that's happening.
Yeah.
So we'll get ready to support her and get her set up in the room. But please feel free to reach out with any questions.
Or just sign up.
Or just sign up. Yeah, we'll put the sign up link in the comments. Yeah. And yeah, it's the early bird deadline is creeping up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
A couple more weeks on that.
All right. Have a good rest of your day.